That's why I don't worry about doing what God had for me to do.
Right.
Because He gonna take care of me.
Right. Right.
And He gonna equip me to do what He had for me.
Right.
Amen.
Right.
Amen. Amen.
Right.
Yeah.
God ain't gonna just put you out there, amen,
Right.
and leave you by yourself. Put you out there unqualified. He can give you everything you need
Yes,
to do what He had for you to do.
Right.
Amen.
Amen.
You can trust Him. I'll be reading from Acts 9. Acts 9, and I'm going to start at verse 4. Acts 9 and 4. When you found it, say amen. If you still looking, say, Lord, help me. And it reads, and he fell to the earth and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus, whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And he trembled and astonished, said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? Amen. And this, it said, and the Lord said unto him, Arise, and go into the city, and it shall be told there what thou must do. Amen. You may be seated. He said he fell to the ground. Then he said, Lord, what do you have for me to do? What do you want for me to do?
Yeah.
Right.
If I had a title for this morning, it'll be, what have you done since you met Jesus?
Amen.
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 What have you done since you met Jesus?
Yeah. Come on.
And you look at this, and Paul was immediately said, Lord, what do you have for me to do? And God told him what he wanted him to do, didn't he? Didn't Jesus tell him what he wanted him to do? And the same thing he'll do with us. But I found something else too that kind of relate to this. I was looking at the Daily Bread this morning, and it was talking about serving and listening.
Right.
And then it says, Mary sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. That was Luke 10 and 39.
Right.
Listen to this. It says, during a church service, I spotted an infant served several rows ahead. As the baby peeked over his father's shoulder, his eyes were wide with wonder as he looked at the members of the congregation. He grinned at some people, drew and chewed his chubby fingers, but never quite found his thumb. The pastor's words grew distant as my eyes kept sliding back to the sweet baby. Then he says, distractions come in all shapes and sizes. For Martha, distraction took the form of cooking and cleaning, trying to serve Christ instead of listening to him and talking with him. Mary refused to sidetrack. Mary sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. When Martha grumbled because Mary wasn't helping her, Jesus said Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her.
Amen. Yeah.
Jesus' word reminds us that our relationship with him is more important than any of the good things that might temporarily capture our attention. It has been said that good things are the enemies of great things. For followers of Jesus, the greatest thing in this life is to know him and to walk with him.
Right.
What do you think Martha's distractions were? Was she wanting to be seen as a good host, or was she jealous of her sister? What attitudes cause you not to make Jesus your top priority? You're that top priority.
Right.
It says, teach me, Lord, to get to know you, for that's when I'll learn to love you more
Right.
than anything. Now I say these two go together because Paul said, Jesus, what do you want me to do?
Uh-huh.
And that's why I asked you, what have you done since you met Jesus? Have your relationship got better?
Right.
And see, that's what we got to understand. We can't serve the Lord if we don't know the Lord.
Right.
See, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that you see how Martha knew the Lord and she was doing all type of things, but was it what God wanted her to do?
Uh-huh.
That's what's so important about this relationship with Christ. See, we'll do all this serving and doing all this good, but Christ ain't even wanting you to do all that.
Right.
See, if you want to be an effective servant,
Right.
you have to have a relationship with the Lord.
Right.
See, because you're only effective when you're doing what God wants you to do,
Yeah.
not what you think you should be doing,
Right.
not what looks good, not what seems right.
Thank you, Lord.
It's about doing what God has for you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
And that's what we got to understand. See, sometimes we're doing all this good stuff,
Uh-huh.
and it makes us feel good for the moment. We think we're doing something because people see you doing this and doing that.
Right.
But it's all about what God had for you to do.
Right.
Right.
And see, Paul, not only after he said this, after he asked God what did he want him to do, later on in the New Testament, I think it's in Philippians where he told them he wanted to know the Lord in the fullness of his power. He said he don't want to know God halfway, he want to know God in the fullness.
All of it.
As much as I can get to know you, Jesus, I want to know you all the way, not halfway, not just a little bit. I want to know you all the way, fully.
Fully.
Paul gave his whole heart to Christ.
Right.
And that's why he was such an effective servant. See, there's nothing wrong with serving God and doing what God had for you to do. But it's about doing what he wants you to do. That's so important. And that's what we got to understand. Just
Yeah.
because it's a right thing, that don't mean it's a God thing. Amen.
Man, yeah.
Come on.
That's what's so important. You know, somebody told me it might be a good idea, but is it a God idea? Just because it's a good idea, that don't mean you should do it.
Right.
You know, because sometimes we stress ourselves out doing things, wearing ourselves out, because, you know, the Bible tells us, this is a big one, because people try to take advantage of us as being Christians. They want to wear us down,
Amen.
want us to do everything. You supposed to be serving the Lord. You supposed to do this for me and do that for me. But I found out sometimes God don't want you to let them figure that out. Let God teach them. See, sometimes we hindering people instead of helping them.
Man.
We being a crutch for people instead of helping them.
Right.
But you know one thing that you can't never go wrong in is praying for that person.
Amen.
Pray and ask God for direction on what should I do. How can I really help you? See, I really want to help you, but the only way that's going to help you is if I do what God tells me to do.
Uh-huh.
And see, sometimes God will tell you to leave the situation alone.
Right.
Do you know sometimes situations to us look bad, and we steady trying to fix it, and we interfering with what God had planned for them because it looked bad to us? We look at this just don't look right, and God, you steady picking, and God is saying, get out the way so I can do something with this.
Right.
But we going off what we think and what it looked like to us. And
Right.
God done told us in his word, his ways is not our ways. To us, it looked like it ain't working out for them, and I need to step up and wear myself out and do everything I can for them. And God is telling you, you're interfering. That's why the situation is still prolonging.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay.
We got to learn to get out the way and let things go,
Yeah.
because God will take care of it.
Amen.
So we need to be like Paul and say, Lord, what do you have for me to do? Lord God, what do you have for me to do? Not my mom and sister, my brother.
Right. Right.
What do you have for me to do, Lord?
Yeah.
What do God have for you to do? Not even what I want. What do you have, Lord,
Yeah.
for me to do?
Right.
And that's what I want to do. And that's what we got to understand. Life is about serving Jesus.
Right. Right.
Doing what he had for you to do. See, sometimes we get caught up in serving and we think that